Good morning, good people. Good morning. So today is a, I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird day. I woke up this morning not too sure how I feel. Really not too sure how I feel. Let me give y'all some update though. Okay, so I went on this journey to find out what I need to fix in me and to find out what I need to do in order to have a better life, right? So tarot was one of the things that I started watching and getting into and started researching, right? Because I don't want to be doing something I don't know what the fuck going on. So I started researching it, and basically it's the reading of the energies around you, and it's based off of your birth chart. Your birth chart lets you know where the planets were aligned when you were born. So I found out what my moon, sun, and all of that stuff was and what it meant. So the ones that have been the most I'm gonna say life-changing for me have been my Jupiter, which is my masculine energy, which is Scorpio, and my my Venus, which is Aquarius, right? Oh, and my Sagittarius, which is moon, which runs my emotions. But the Aquarius and Venus, Venus is the feminine energy, right? So those are the ones I was keeping up with, and the more I kept up with them and actually maneuvered myself around the energies that the readers were reading, and I watched more than one reader, okay? And the girl was like, well, you should only just take one look. Do what works for you. I don't care what nobody else doing. I'm gonna do what works for me. So I was watching them, and as I was taking the steps that were suggested, clearing out energies, releasing thoughts, releasing feelings, self-forgiveness, forgiving others, because sometimes it's hard to move on when you feel like you owe the fucking apology and that motherfucker don't apologize, or you be steaming. It's hard to let go of shit when you feel like you've been done an injustice and no justice has been served for you. You know what I mean? So I had to forgive motherfuckers without apology, and all kind of shit, right? So then I said, okay, let me bring it to this raggedy ass situationship I got, right? So that's what I tried to do. Being as how I deal with, used to deal with, I don't even know what to. It's crazy because the motherfucker's like part narcissist, part childish. He's multifaceted when it comes to the asshole area. Okay, multifaceted, multi-talented. So I was trying to get him to understand, yo, you don't even know me. All you know is what I've shown you, and what I've shown you is what the fuck you give me. You know what I mean? You give me bullshit, I'm gonna give you bullshit right the fuck back. And that's how that shit happened. That's how that shit went on for a long time. And he would be pissed off because he would see me interacting with other motherfuckers well, you don't talk to them like that, you don't act with them like that. And I'm like, yeah, because they don't do that to me. What you do to me, I'm gonna do to you. You know what I mean? Don't poke the bear and get bad when the bear maul your ass. You poke the bear. But listen, so this is what I found out on this journey. This is the whole point of this message. Yo, watch out for people that won't allow you to grow. Stay away from them. People don't, it's like they don't want you to grow. They don't want you to advance. They don't want to believe that you're making yourself better. They don't want that shit at all. They'll get pissed off and be like, nah, but you said you was trying to get better. But this, and this. And they want to keep throwing up shit in your face. Them motherfuckers don't mean you no type of good. For real. I got a cousin. Me and my cousin, that's my best friend. And I will cuss her, slam the fuck out if she fucking up. But when she telling me she trying to change some shit, and she trying to listen, that's what's up, my nigga. That's what you need to be doing. Get up on that shit. That's what's up. Them the people you want around you. You know what I mean? Because dude kept telling me, I'm trying to fix it. But every time we have a conversation, or every time we try to have a sit down about the shit, only thing in his mouth is all the shit that you did. You did this and you did that. Okay, I get that. I did some shit. You did some shit. The purpose of this conversation is what we gonna do to move forward. We never got to that. His excuse was, well, I gotta hash this shit out. I gotta let it out. Okay, that's cool. So you let out everything you need to let out about what the fuck I did. Now when you gonna let out what you need to let out about what you did? How you know it was wrong? How you know this needs to change? You know what I mean? It gotta be, there's no way you doing a self-reflection and you don't see no fault in self. You understand? When I take a situation and I break it down, I see everybody fuck up. Because I know me. You understand? That's the thing. You got to know yourself. You got to know your own flaws. You got to know your own faults. That way when somebody bring that shit to you, it ain't moving you. Nigga, I know me. I know where I fuck up at. That shit ain't moving me. Yeah, that's my flaw. Yeah, that's my fault. Now what we gonna do? You understand what I'm saying? That's progressive. There's an acknowledgement, number one. Acknowledgement of where you fuck up at. Alright? If you're apologetic, apologize. I don't apologize if I'm not apologetic. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't sorry. I ain't sorry. Yeah, I did the shit. And I'm not sorry. You feel that way? That's fine. You want to stop fucking with me? That's fine too. You know what I mean? Like, nah. It has to be acknowledgement. You have to acknowledge with the part that you played. There can be no progression whatsoever. Acknowledge the part that you played. Don't downplay your fuck up either. Like, come on now. Come on now. Don't downplay where you fucked up at. Own that shit. Own that shit. I was a trifling ass motherfucker for doing this here. Own that shit. Just like you would do if you was telling somebody about themselves. You know that was some fucked up shit you did. You ain't had no... But run down yourself like you run down the next motherfucker. When you can do that, I fucks with you. If you can't do that, I can't fuck with you. Because you delusional as fuck. I cannot fuck with you. Like, no. Be ready to be real. And listen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you feel like that person is correct or not. Understand that's their perception. Right? You and that person, like me and this person, will never have the same perception of the situation. We'll never have the same perception of the situation, right? That's never respected. That's how I could say, okay, that's how you see it. That's how you feel. That's your truth. That's fine. That motherfucker can't do that. I got to see it his way. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Understand, everybody's going to have their own perception, right? So you have to deal with that person out of what they perceive. If you plan on dealing with that person. You can't change someone's perspective. You can let them know what your perspective is. You can let them understand where you stand at and where you're coming from. But you can't change their perspective. If you feel like this is somebody that you want to deal with, then you have to deal with them out of the perception that they have, especially the perception of you. So if I perceive you as a liar, you can't get mad at me when I don't believe nothing that you say. The only thing you can do is show me something different. That changes a person's perception. The actions that you do changes a person's perception. But understand this, if that person is never paying attention to what you bringing them, and all they're paying attention to, all their focus is on is that stuff that has already happened, you're not going to get nowhere. That's what happened in this situation, right? I done did all kind of asshole shit in this situation. Guaranteed. Fucked up to the max. Guaranteed. Wrong as fuck. I ain't apologetic about it though. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the issues. Because I think he looking for me to be apologetic and to feel like, okay, I was wrong. Yeah, I know what I did was wrong. But I don't care. You know what I mean? That's real. He don't like the real. He want me to tell him some bullshit. I'm not going to tell you no bullshit. Yeah, it was wrong. Yeah, I did it. I don't give a fuck. You understand? That's real. That's motherfucking real. This is, and what brought me to that was when I did give a fuck. When I did give a fuck, and I felt bad for doing shit that I had done. I came, I cried. I was hurt. I was like, damn, because if a motherfucker did that to me, man, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm in front of you crying for you because I know what I did hurt you to this capacity. You know what I mean? That was I guess that was his cue to emotionally attack me. Because from that day forward, that's all I got. You know what I mean? When you show some type of weakness or you show some type of care, a fucked up motherfucker will try to take advantage of that. But I'm straight G papers. You understand? So it didn't hurt me when he did it. It just showed me who he was. You understand? It showed me who he was. It showed me where your intent really lies. What your intentions really are. What you really plan on doing. It showed me him. So then he didn't understand why every time he came at me, he was met with resistance. Because, nah, nigga, I done already peeped your Smitty. I done already peeped you, homeboy. You gotta bring me something different. Show me something different. If you ain't showing me nothing different, I already know where this shit headed. He didn't like that I kept saying this is a waste of my time. I mean, come on, man, for 8 months. For 8 months, I don't care what type of way I come at you and trying to get some resolution. It always end up the same way. It always end up with, well, if you would have stayed out of a nigga face. Alright, so let's just end this and let me be with another nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't even got to be doing all this shit. Stop telling me that you want to move on and you want to work shit out when you really ain't ready to. Because in order to do that, it takes a lot of self-reflection. It takes a lot of forgiveness. It takes a lot of that shit. And if you ain't built like that, you playing yourself. You playing yourself. Because you can be faking it. You're going to fake it for a little while. And after that little while, the real you gonna start coming out. Why? Because those emotions gonna start flaring back up. Those hurts gonna start flaring back up. Those insecurities gonna start flaring back up. The mistrust gonna start flaring back up. And then you're gonna find yourself in a cycle. It is what it is. Notice people's intention. Don't necessarily, and here's where I fucked up at. I will react off of the action. You know what I mean? I will react off of the action. I get mad, do this, then the third, blase, blah, just straight up reacting, right? I stopped that because it was making me be a person that I didn't like. I don't like her. I don't want to be her. I don't want to be doing that. You know what I mean? So I had to stop and think about that person's intent. Why did they do this? What was the intention behind doing this? What was the intention behind saying this? Because when you can find out the intent that a person has, you'll know who you're dealing with and you'll know how to deal with them. Okay? You'll know exactly who you're dealing with and how to deal with them. So it got to the point to where I had lost all respect for the dude. Simply because there was no integrity. There was a lack of integrity. Instead of him just owning up to his shit, he would own up to partial of the shit, or he would own up to just this little bit. You know what I mean? Instead of just owning your shit. You know what I mean? I can't respect that. I can't respect that at all. Like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, no. But it's crazy. It's crazy that this situation has taught me so much. It's taught me so much because I walked around with a lot of principles, right? I had a lot of principles, but I never really understood the dynamic of those principles until I started doing self-reflection, right? I started doing self-reflection. Why do I feel this way? Why does this trigger me this way? What is in me that causes this to make me feel this way? And that's key. That's definitely key. Just like you have to get behind the other person's intent, you have to get behind your own intent. Why do I feel this way? Why is this offensive to me? Is this something that is actual and factual, or is this something that's an emotional trigger? I had to differentiate between things that were blatantly disrespectful and things that were regular things but were emotional triggers for me. Had to separate the two. I gotta go get ready for work, y'all. But I wanted to share that because that's important. That's really important, is to understand the intent. Understand the intent. And don't let a person tell you one thing, and then when you call them out on their bullshit, they try to backtrack and say, oh, no, that ain't what I meant. I meant this, 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 and this, and it don't even match what the fuck was said. Don't buy that shit. It's bullshit, okay? I got that shit a lot in this situation. Because I would bring back to him some shit that he had said, but no, you said this. Oh, but that's not what I meant. And then what I meant does not match what was said at all. In no type of way did it match. I'm like, huh? How you mean that from that? That don't even go together. It was bullshit. Watch out for that shit. For real. So now my next phase. Here's my next phase. My next phase is I did a lot of cleansing, a lot of clearing out. I did a lot of forgiveness. Now it's time for me to get clarity on what my next steps are. And for me to rejuvenate myself. Dealing with this shit has been emotionally draining, mentally draining, physically draining, because motherfuckers want to text all goddamn night. You understand? Like, it's been draining. So now I can go rest, I can rejuvenate, I can get clarity, and I can move forward. And that's all I wanted. And that's all I kept saying. I'm going to do this with or without you. You choose. You know what I mean? Give people the choice. Give people the choice. Free yourself, first of all. You don't owe nobody shit. Well, I don't know. Just make sure you don't owe nobody shit. I don't know y'all story, but I don't owe nobody shit. I'm not obligated to do anything. Neither are you, unless you obligate yourself. Don't let people hang shit over your head. Well, I did such and such and such and such. The least you could do is, nah, not happening. Because off of something that you chose, I'm supposed to choose. That's not going to happen. I'm going to choose what's right for me. You chose what was right for you at the time. One has absolutely nothing to do with the other. You know what I mean? And I had to stop saying that shit. I was one of them people. Well, I did so and so and so for you. At least you could do so and so for me. Stop that shit. I had to stop that shit. Because guess what? That shit that I did for that motherfucker, I chose to do. You understand? That's what I chose to do at that time. They choosing to do something different at this time. And they have the right to. You know what I mean? And they have the fucking right to. And you got to accept that. You can be mad all you want to be. You know what I mean? Be mad all you want to be. But you got to accept shit for what it is. Ain't nobody obligated. All right, I gotta go. Gotta go clock in. But I'm gonna holler at y'all. Like, I guess in a couple of more weeks or maybe next month sometime. Maybe mid-September. You know what I mean? Because by then, some things would have been moved and shaked a little bit. And I have some update. But, yeah, man. It's an optimistic day, though, because I'm looking forward to what's next. Because now I know I don't have to be on guard. You know what I mean? That's a relief. To not have to be on guard. Guard yourself from somebody trying to hurt your feelings. Or guard yourself from somebody trying to play mind games with you and suck you into a bunch of bullshit. Like, now I can be easy. I can just relax. I can just be the fuck me. That's all the hell I want. I just want to be the fuck me and be alright. You know what I mean? Alright, y'all. I'm hollering at y'all.